Hey friends, I just wanted to quickly, on my terrible headphones here, it probably sounds terrible. I just wanted to make a quick kind of assignment, I guess, something that we need to do, and I feel like this is the best way to communicate what I want. So on the left here, we just have I'm SSH into the supercomputer, and I'm in my FSL groups, and we want to go into our tomogram, our drive one data, okay? And in the compute and then the tomo, okay, great. So this is just, uh, here's where the data lies. These are all the species. Well, and maybe I'm incorrect in some of the naming conventions here, but like from when I'm looking at this, these are probably species. But sometimes, as you can see, like here's just like one part of that species. So the organization is a little bit weird, but yeah, here's another one where it's just okay, so MS I learned stands for motor switch. I had actually asked ChatGPT. It's really helpful for trying to guess what these acronyms are. So if you wanted, that would be helpful for you if you guys wanted to go through and if you're ever confused, just ask ChatGPT what that possibly could stand for. And they'll even like explain what the bacteria is, which is fun. Uh, so what I want is pretty simple. Two things. For first, I just want a chart, and this is just an example, but you don't have to like do it yourself. You can, if you wanted to code up a script that will do this for you, that'd probably be better. But in general, I just want to explain what I want. So I want, and so let's do just one that we're familiar with first. But ideally, I want all of these different species or all these directories on here. So like Hylomenos right? We're familiar with that. If we go into that directory, um, so typically when you go into these directories, you will find the run files that typically start with the initials of a student that got this data, and it will contain the Pete files. Sorry, Pete folders. And these Pete folders are just the subatomic subtomogram averaging, subatomic averaging. I don't know what they call it, but it's just you average a bunch of the uh, structures on top of each other, they give you like a crisp image. Okay. But I think the helpful part of this is that it tells you what parts we're looking at. So like here, I'm going to probably put, and we're not going to abbreviate, so we'll just do full motor. We don't want to confuse people behind us. And then for the count, oh yeah. So for the count, we got to figure this out, right? So we will probably in this directory, we are going to do find type, and it's a file, and we'll also give it the name that we want to find, and they are going to be, typically, they are titled, and you have to watch out, right? They could have a different name, so be thorough, but it's going to be fm.mod typically. And so what we're doing is in this directory, so I didn't even specify what directory we're doing this in. In this directory, we're going to go through and find everything that was titled fm.mod. So we're going to find out essentially how many tomograms were used in the averaging, right? Oh yeah, sorry. And then also I forgot we want to pipe this into a word count. I haven't aliased this yet. My bad, guess. And it's just a dash L actually. So we're going to pipe that into word count, and we're going to get our count. So that'd be 31, right? And then we're going to do this again. It's for the same species, so we can just copy this, and we are going to do hat, and we're going to keep the naming convention that they used. Why? I don't know. I mean, it's just what we have available to us. Sorry, I should be putting walls here. And so yeah, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go through and we're going to find, this time instead of fm.mod, see, we'll have to go in and figure out how they title these. I think they typically just do hat.mod, but we have to be sure, right? You have to go in and check, be thorough. So it probably isn't hat.mod. So let's actually look at these. I'm gonna just list off all of the .mod and see what they could have named the hats. So it looks like a capital H hat here. If that was the thing they stuck to, yeah, it looks like that's what they did. See, look, here's one that was titled fm2.mod. So maybe that is a full motor that we can look at. It's just, this is an ugly thing to do, but we have to get it done. So if any help on this would be good. If someone wants to contact me to tackle this. So let's look for hat.mod. So we need to pipe that into word count. Looks like there's 9. Right, and so this is going to give us an idea of what's going on. So we just need to, it's going to take a while. That's why I suggested maybe a script would do this, but it's hard. It's hard to do with a script because you have to like take into account some of these weird cases where you'll have to go in and look and find the names. So that's one thing I want. And then the other thing I want is a little bit easier, but you probably even had this question already. How do we have multiple mod files for a single run that only has one MRC, then what has one RC file in it, right? That one reconstructed file. So apparently, they're like, in some they'll have a full motor and a rod. Like, what does that mean? So this would be actually a pretty similar one. I could probably just figure this out right now, but we just have to use imod to like pull up, use the rec file and then look at both of these, locate like what's going on, where is it pointing, is it just that you can only see? Yeah, so we have to figure that out. I'm just curious about that, but mainly I just want this table completed. It'd be really helpful to know so that we can for later reference. And I think maybe we can rethink how this table is done. Maybe it would be beneficial to like have the run name in there as well for when we work with CZI. Yeah, I don't think that it'd be that hard, especially when doing a script, to include this run, right? So let's add that to our table. Yeah, so we'll do like run ID or something like that. We'll call it. Yeah, so that would be helpful also to have. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. If this is something one of you guys are interested in tackling, it'd be really helpful. I'm realizing that we might not have this done by Tuesday, but maybe we can have it done. I don't know. Let me know. Okay, thanks, guys.